Hey YouTube, and we're back with Monotype Mondays. If you see this, it's Monotype battle against another player who's using also a normal team. And this game is actually full of predictions, and I thought it was a really good gameplay. So stick around to see what happens. I lead off with my Smeargle, thinking that he'd lead off with his Smeargle, and he leads with a Regigigas. I wish that I could make a team that could actually utilize Regigigas, but without the ability to protect and slow start, it's really difficult to. Anyways, I put him to sleep to start the game, and the whole reason I have the Smeargle is because of Stealth Rocks. I don't really believe in baton passing Smeargles because that's kind of OP. Anyways, I'd go for the Magic Coat knowing he's going to Spore. And I think if you Magic Coat something, you should be able to put your enemy's Pokemon to sleep regardless. And he goes for the Spore there, and I bring in my Snorlax, which has Rest, Curse, Sleep Talk, and Body Slam. So while he cannot hit Ghost typing, he still is very effective against other teams. And so he goes to sleep here after he goes for a Spore, and I just go for a Sleep Talk. And I think this is where he switches out his Smeargle. Yeah, he does. Even though he could have roared me out at this point. But I continue to Sleep Talk here, and I get a Body Slam off on his Togekiss, and I think this Togekiss is a Thunder Waving, Nasty Plotting, Air Slashing type of Togekiss. Anyways, but and this is a fully specially defensive Snorlax, so he can do work. So that's a dead Togekiss. He goes in the Smeargle now, and this is where I wake up, and I think this was a misclick because I went for a Sleep Talk. Obviously, if you go to rest, you only are asleep for 2 turns, and even if they put you to sleep, there's not a very good chance that you'll be asleep for that 3rd turn. Anyways, he Whirlwinds me to my Togekiss. He switches into Blissey to take any special attacking hits. I go back into my Snorlax, and he goes into Porygon, Porygon 2. And I start up my Curse again, knowing that this Porygon 2 can't really hit me too hard. He gets a crit there after the Tri-Attack. And really the only thing that can happen to really disable me is if he was able to freeze me or paralyze me, where I'm not going to be able to rest up. Well, if he paralyzes me, obviously I can rest it off, but at the same time, if I get fully paralyzed, that could be a problem. But anyways, I'm just sitting up here, and he goes for another Tri-Attack, and I think he's okay with this because he knows he has a Smeargle with his Focus Sash left, probably Focus Sash, so he's probably not too concerned about it. And so I'm asleep here, and he knows he can just roar me out. And I Sleep Talk, get another Curse off, which is when on the move that he switched into the Smeargle. So then I go for a Body Slam here. Obviously, it's going to take him down to his stash. Paralyzed, no Paralyzed. So he whirlwinds me out. He phases me out into my Togekiss. In this moment, he puts me to sleep, which kind of sucks because I could have used this Togekiss in this battle. But and then he switches into his Porygon 2 because he has Thunderbolt. Obviously, he's going to go for that. So at this moment, I can't stay in. I'm going to have to switch out into my own Blissey. And he goes, or discharges actually with the move that he goes for. And Blissey's going to tank that like no problem. And this is where he switches out into his Regigigas that's already asleep. I was going to go for a Toxic. I missed the Toxic anyways, go figure. I don't always miss them, but on such a high-hitting move, I miss it quite often. I go to my Staraptor because that thing can 2-shot this Regigigas pretty easily, as you can see here. He takes him down to 58%, or takes him down 58%. And I think since he is asleep, he's just going to leave his Regigigas in and let him fodder out because he can't really switch into anything to take that hit. His Staraptor will hit everything really hard. But this is where he goes into his own Staraptor, and he has a unique Staraptor set, but I feel like my Staraptor set's a little bit better. Anyways, he goes for a Double Edge, and my Togekiss is asleep. So I think at this moment, because this is a fully defensive Togekiss, he takes a moment to set up a little bit. He's going to go into a Substitute. He has Substitute, Roost, Double Edge, Brave Bird, I think. And I'm assuming that you'd use Reckless. I don't know why else you wouldn't if you have 2 moves that hit like that. He goes for a Brave Bird. It's going to take me out on the next hit. And my Togekiss really needs to wake up. This is a 3rd turn of sleep, obviously. And that's a dead Togekiss. I could have used him in this battle, but oh well. And now, at this moment, I think I go into, my Smeargle. And he goes for a Bruce, and my only goal for this thing was to actually roar him out. And he goes into a Blissey on the roar. I put him to sleep. And so he can just switch out, and actually he'll be fine. I should have just gone for a second Spore is what I should have done. I wanted to get out my Rocks to take out the Smeargle. He's brought in a Smeargle, and he's gonna rapid spin. So he has a rapid spinning Smeargle, which I've used before, and it's really not that bad. And so then I sleep talk and body slam and finish off that Smeargle. That Smeargle was a problem for me for the longest time, but it's finally dead now. He goes in the Staraptor, so I know he's going to go for some sort of physical move. I go to my thing with the most health, Blissey, to take that hit, and that Staraptor just got taken down a huge notch. And at this point, I didn't know he had Roost, so it's a leftovers Staraptor, which is interesting as well. So that also means that I can outspeed that Staraptor with my own Staraptor, because my Staraptor is Scarfed. I go for a close combat, and that's going to take out his Blissey very easily. And at this moment, I don't know if his Porygon 2 is quite in range. He's going to go for a Discharge, and my Smeargle is going to be able to take that very well. Also, I'm going to be able to outspeed, and I can Spore him, put him to sleep. Smeargle's most useful move. And at this moment, I think I set up the Stealth Rocks to prevent him switching too much more. This game is kind of coming to a close, but at the same time, and at this point he reveals that he does have Roost, so he roosts up, and he actually gets a lot of health back, which is beneficial to him, but at the same time, I know that my Staraptor can still outspeed. If I go into my Meloetta, this thing is Specs, and he goes for a Double Edge. He can't quite take me out. I was kind of surprised by that, and I missed the Thunder, so that kind of sucks. And at this moment, I think he just finishes me off. But now his Staraptor, after the recoil damage, is down a good chunk, and I know I can go into my own Staraptor and probably finish him off. So I go for the close combat, and yep, it's good enough to finish him off. And I think at this point it's pretty much GG, because Porygon 2 is going to come in, but he forfeits. So it was a good game, and obviously he couldn't really do much to my Snorlax, because it's fully specially defensive, and eventually I could just finish him off. As we saw, he was try-attacking and wasn't doing a whole lot. But if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. It's monotype. I'm not huge in the monotype, but this team seems to work out pretty well. All normal typing monotype teams are decent at the very least. I see it a lot in monotype. And actually a little bit of news here. I'll reset the replay. I'll let you guys watch for a second while I finish up this video. But anyways, I did actually join a league for monotyping. I'm Monotype Dragon, so I should probably get up a Monotype Dragon video here soon. But believe it or not, Monotype Dragon is actually really hard to use, because despite the fact that they are very strong, the typing coverage is not very good at all. They're all weak to ice, and a lot of teams have ice moves. Except for like two of the dragons, the two Kyurms, they're Dragon Ice, but they're still pretty frail, regardless, and weak to a lot of other things, which is probably why they're an OU. That would make the most sense. But also, there's not a whole lot of defensive typing dragons, so when you see Monotype Dragon, you usually just see a whole lot of Outraging or Draco Meteor dragons. Which actually have an entire team of Scarf Dragons that's all they do, which is kind of ridiculous, and you actually win games that way. I was just doing it kind of to troll people a little bit, but at the same time, I had to, being a gym leader, I wanted to set up a team that was somewhat balanced. So it's actually a really unique team, and I like using it because it is very useful, and people are really thrown off by what it does, and I only have two Scarfers. I mean, obviously, if you have dragons, Scarfers are the best way to go. So you should look forward to seeing that. I'll probably put out a video next Monday with that. But go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more, but I'll see you guys later. Bye.